news about what's going on. This green thing in my head that's very floofy, that matches my very floofy hair. Got this tree that's full of all these lights, and I kind of have Nightmare Before Christmas dressed as Santa Claus. So I guess it's officially Christmas. Hooray! It's Christmas time, or for real adults, time where you spend no money on presents for ungrateful people. Or if you're pretending to feel, like you're in the Christmas spirit, a great time to spend with your family and to watch my vlog because you're trying not to feel seasonal depression. You're here. You're back on my channel. So I guess that must mean you're making this into a regular habit. So I think you should click the subscribe button. It's all about Spaceboy on my favorite app, Webtoon. So, Spaceboy is super. So, it's all about this cutie patootie girl named Amy and how she's basically a time traveler with a group of other people on her spaceship and her family. So, they go and kind of time travel into the future about 30 years, but they're in these cryogenic pods. So basically what they say happened to Walt Disney, but like in this story it happened and it worked really well. And she is a 15-year-old 30-year-old or something. And so there's a lot of mishaps that happen and also a lot of really heartwarming great things. One of my favorite things about Amy is that, like, she says people come in flavors, and that's like one of my favorite things ever. Like, how adorable is that? Like, just by looking at someone you can tell if someone's sweet and spicy or very savory and salty. Like, so cute. But what I wanted to do is, I was born in 1987. I could really count as just a late 80s baby or like an early 90s baby, but just for the sake of contrast, let's just see how life is different for moi if I was ejected from 1987 into 2019. And I think it's super cool because it's about to be 2020. I've like seen a whole decade go by, so I'm like old, but also awesome because I'm old. Right? We're just gonna go with that. We're gonna go with that because the alternative is not. So, first things first, let's talk about the food. Okay, so way back yonder, there was such a thing called takeout, and it only revolved around Chinese and pizza. Chinese and pizza. Can you imagine our world, how limited it would be if it had stayed just about Chinese and pizza? Think about how quick and easy it is for us to get our neighborhood Mexican, fried chicken, Thai food, Japanese, mom and pop's like diner food, all at the click of a button. It's crazy. In 1987, the most popular thing happening was fondue and blackened fish. On Instagram, it's usually about rainbow colored things or like adding avocado onto random things like pizza and toast. Like, I can't even imagine having my world being so small. As a matter of fact, I could Uber Eats Jenny's ice cream whenever I want to. Like, this is insane. Numero dos. Let's just talk about this whole Uber phenomenon. Do any of you guys remember how there were just taxis? Only taxis. And I live in Chicago, so I have really great like transportation. But I mean, only taxis, and then you had to like, I think, call the taxi for them to come and pick you up at your house. But it wasn't as if like, it's not like people took a taxi to go wash their clothes. It's not like people took a taxi just to go to like their club or anything. Like, I take an Uber to church. like it's insane how easy gratification it is nowadays. We compare it to 1987 to now. 1987 feels so simple and pure. You know what I mean? Tres. Or Inglorious Bastards, remember? It's always got, sorry, I'm gonna not kill you guys with this. In Inglorious Bastards, it's always this. In a time period where Nazis are still a huge thing, never held up 3 like this. Okay, anyway, I digress. So, number 3, I mean, let's think about it this way. 30-year-olds, I'm 32. And I would consider myself a cute, chubby legend. Kind of baby faced, you know what I mean? I see 30-somethings. I'm going to put it up on the screen right here. Who are these people? Are you sure they're 30? Like, why are they dressed like that? Like, before Fashion Nova was a thing, I don't know what women my age did, I mean, to feel good, because there's no bodycon, there's no snatched waist, there's no contour, there's no highlighter. I'm confused about what exactly, like, just because you have kids doesn't mean you're not fly. Like, I don't know what was happening in 1987 with that. And number 4 is, there's some crazy coincidences. In 1987, Aretha Franklin was inducted into the Hall of Fame. And 2019, unfortunately, she passed away. So, R.I.P. Aretha. Also, I think I'll have an honorable mention instead of a number 5, but Brexit happened. But in 1987, they were all like, oh, peace, love, and harmony. Let's be unionized. Let's go ahead and have one currency. Took about 32 years for that to fall apart. It happens. Number 5. That was so creepy. Anyway, number 5. Oh, remember Mambo number 5. Actually, that wasn't in 1987, so we're gonna go right past that one. But so 1987, there was so many really cool movies that I still love to this day, and there was really awesome TV shows. Like, there was like a Beauty and the Beast spinoff. There was Beverly Hills Cops. There was a lot of like really cutesy like teen heartthrobs. Like River Phoenix was huge, but I mean, like, again, our options were like so easy but fairly, like, I guess, limited. So what I mean by that is, like, also I will say this, our options as far as like celebrity wise was there were like, when you were A-list, you were A-list, right? But nowadays, we kind of have celebrities based off of Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube. So A-list doesn't really matter. And also, the movies aren't really that big of a deal anymore. We have huge screen TVs in our rooms, in our basements, in our kitchens, in our living rooms, in our bathrooms. And we've had these streaming services. There's like thousands of streaming services now. So you don't have to rush to your local movie theater. You don't even have to have, premium you don't have to have HBO. I mean, the fact that HBO even had Game of Thrones, I mean, they must have killed someone to capture that because of the monolith that is Netflix and Hulu. And I mean, let's not even get into how like the internet has streaming services. College Humor has a streaming service. So yeah, I think overall 1987 was like the purest time before the 90s hit. And that was kind of like depends on how you look at it, but it was, what I think most people would say is 1987 was pretty much the height of like all the purity and the simplicity of America. Nowadays, it's so many ways to slice, dice, whatever experience you really want to capture and be a part of. We have so many options, and it's all at our fingertips. We are like crazy spoiled. So if I was launched from 1987 into right now, I don't know like how I would be able to handle that. I think I would be really, really just overwhelmed.